This paper is test paper 2 and we are going to do question 21 to question 29. Let's look at question 21. The mean of 4 numbers is 23. So let's write that down. Mean of 4 numbers so we can find the total. Total would be 23 times 4, that is 92. That's the total of 4 numbers. Mean of 5 numbers (22). Therefore, the total of 5 numbers would be 22 times 5, which is 110. So the difference between these two numbers is the fifth number. Therefore, the fifth number would be 110 take away 92, which is 18. Question 22. Mary baked some muffins. Her family had 1/3 of the muffins and she gave 1/5 to her neighbor. So altogether, what fraction did she give? We have to add the fraction together. So you times this by 5, make the denominator the same, times it by 3, times it by 3. That will be 5/15 plus 3/15. So that is 8/15. This is the fraction one-third of the muffin, actually she had it, and 1/5 of the fraction she gave to the neighbor. So that is the fraction of the muffins that she has already finished. So but she has left with 14. So what fraction is left? 1 minus 8/15. She has got 7/15. This is what she left. So 7/15 is 14. So what is 1/15? You have to divide by 7, which is 2. So the question is asking how many did she bake? So 15/15 is what she made, because that's the whole. So to find that, you multiply the 2 by 15, which is 30 muffins. Question 23. In this subtraction sum, fill in the missing number in the empty boxes. So you could do the inverse, which is the opposite. So what we'll do is, we will say, to get 4 in here, what do we have to do? 9 plus what gives you 4? That must be 14 then. 9 plus 5 gives you 14. So 1 must have come from this number here, this box here. 1 plus 3 is 4, so that must be 5 because 1 was borrowed. 2 plus 4 is 6. If 1,500 is shared between John, Jane and Sue in 4:5:3, how much would John get? So that is John, this is Jane, this is Sue. The ratios are 4:5:3. So what do? We add the ratios. That is 12. 1,500 divide by 12 will give you 125. How much would John get? John will get 4 portions of that. 4 times 120, which will be 600 pounds. So John gets 600. Next question is, how much more would Jane get than Sue? So what is the difference in ratio between Jane and Sue? So difference in ratio between Jane and Sue. Let's write the ratios here. 5:3. The difference is 2. So you know each portion is 125. So that will be 2 times 125. So 2 times 100 3,500 items in every 9 minutes. Work out how many items can the machine packet run for 1 hour and 48 minutes. So how many minutes in 1 hour and 48 minutes? 1 hour is 60 minutes. Here we have 48 minutes. That is 108 minutes. You already know in 9 minutes it packs 3,500 items. So in 108 minutes, how many items? How do you get to 108? Times it by 12. So you times this by 12 will be 12 times 0, that is 0, 12 times 5 is 60, 6, 12 times 3 is 36 plus 6 is 42. So it will be 42,000 items. What is the square of the lowest common multiple of 2, 3 and 5? What's the lowest common multiple? They are all prime numbers. So the lowest common multiple of 2, 3 and 5, you can just multiply them. 2 times 3 times 5, which is 30. The question is asking the square of the lowest common multiple. So what is the square of it? Will be 30. Square of 30 will be 30 times 30, which will be 900. Question 27. The table shows the number of children absent in year 5 during a week. The total number of children in the class is 40. What is the average number of children absent over the period of the week? Average is the mean. So what do we do? How do you find the average? You add them, all of them, 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 7 plus 1. You divide all of them by 5. So that is 3 plus 4 is 7, 10, 17, 18. 18 over 5. So 18 over 5 is, let's move it a bit, will be, we can divide and find in decimal. 5 times 3 is 16, remainder 3, 3.6. 3.6. So you cannot have children in decimal. So the average number of children absent over the period, you can round this up, which is 4. What is the absent in percentage on Tuesday? Tuesday is 4 children. So absent in percentage on Tuesday, how do you find the percentage? The number of children absent were 4, altogether 40 children, to times it by 100 to find the percentage. You can cancel it, that is 400 divided by 40, that will be 10%. So that is 10%. Next question, question 28. A cube has a volume of 64 cubic centimeters. So that's the cube, one cube. Volume is, what is volume? Length times width times height. Cube has all the sides equal. All the sides are equal. So therefore, if the volume is 64, that must be 4 times 4 times 4. So each side is 4. If 4 cubes are stuck together side by side as shown below, work out the surface area. Surface area means, what is the surface area of a cube? If you take a cube, the surface area of the cube is all the outside. This side, this side, this side, behind, behind and underneath. So surface area would thus be that, this, one under, one behind, one this side. So that's the surface area. So let's mark the side first. That is 4, that is 4, that is 4, that is 4. the top, I'll just color it, shade it, so this side, what's the surface area of that? This looks like this. 4 here, 16 here, because if we add all of the 4s here, that is 16. We have 4 of these sides in here, one at the top, one here, one bottom, one behind. So area of one side, right, the long sides, area of 4 long sides would be, this is 4 times 16, yeah, area is 4 times 16. But we have got 4 of the sides, so we could do 4 times 16, because we have got 4 sides. So that will be 256 square meter, or you could say centimeter squared. Then we have these two sides, this side and one side at the back. We just draw it here inside on this side. So what is the length? What's the width? 4 is the length, 4 is the width. So the area of the small sides two small sides would be, let's write it at the top, it's not much space, so let's do it here. Area of two small sides, length times width is 2 times 4 times 4, that's 2 sides, 2 small sides, so that is 32. So therefore the total area would be 256 plus 32 centimeter squared. 256 plus 32 will be 288 centimeter squared, or square centimeter. So last question, question 29. New York is 5 hours behind British time. When it is 10 p.m. in Britain, so that's Britain, British time. New York is 5 hours behind, so that is New York. It is so when it is 10 p.m. in Britain, New York is 5 p.m. John, who is in New York, would like to speak to his sister in Britain at 12 noon British time. So he wants to do 12 noon. So what time should she phone in New York time? So you have got to, the difference is minus 5 hours here. So therefore you have to take away minus 5 hours here. That will be 7 a.m. So that is 7 a.m. Australia is 10 hours ahead of British time. That's Australia. 10 hours ahead. So you have to add 10 hours here. Right? Here we know this is British was 5 hours ahead. Right. So question is, if John's sister phones her mother who is in Australia at 11:15 p.m. on British time, 11:15 p.m. on the 15th of July, what will be the time and date in Australia? So what do we have to do? We have to add the 10 hours. So 11:15 at the 10 hours, that will be 12:15, that will be the next day, so this will be 16th of July. Then another 9 hours, 11:15, 12:15, then from that onwards, because 11:15 to 12:15, so I just, that is not right. 12:15 a.m. actually, it's the morning, it's early morning, so 12:15 a.m. That is 1 hour because it's gone into 16th of July now. Then 12:15 a.m. because this is 1 hour, then we have 10 hours diff. She's going to phone because the difference is 10 hours, so she's phoning at 11:15, so 1 hour will be 12:15, that's gone to the next day. Then 12:15, then another 9 hours you have to add, so that will be 9:15 a.m. the next day. So the question is,